Hi, I'm Meredith Bell, President and co-founder of Performance Support Systems, and I'm here today with my good friend, Tony DeRico. Tony, I wanted to talk to you about what you're doing in pro bono work right now. Your company is Profit Hunters International, where you work with organizations to help them select the right people for the job. But you've got another passion on the side that you're equally excited about, and I call it your pro bono work, but I'd like you to tell us a little bit more about why did you decide you wanted to do this, and then describe what it is.
Well, the reason why, that's a good question. Why am I doing this? I've been blessed, both financially, my career. I got a lovely wife of 31 years. I call every hour to say I love her because of the way you advised me to do that. I'm not sure it's working, but I try. And I've got two lovely children, and I've got friends, and I've always been open to helping people out. Unfortunately, I've had some less than comfortable experiences because it seems like when you deal with friends, they sometimes don't appreciate what you do. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to go provide my services to the world. And so it's referred to as Pay It Forward, and it's pro bono coaching. Anyone can apply. I post it every month, typically at the beginning of the month on LinkedIn. They can go to my Tony DeRico LinkedIn page. They can connect with me. They don't even have to connect me if they don't want. Find the post, which is called Pay It Forward or something to that nature, because I do change it up a little bit. And it explains what we do. And there's a link to sign up. And by signing up, what a person gets is, it's about $2,500 worth of value. They get a Winslow behavioral assessment, which, you know, I sell to my clients for $199, so don't tell them I'm giving away for free. And then I give them 2 one-hour sessions with me. And as you know, Meredith, I can't say 1 minute in 1 minute.
In 1 hour, no.
And so none of the sessions have typically, every session's been about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And as I tell people, it's kind of like drinking from a fire hose full blast. And so we sign up, we open up every month. We open up for applications and anybody can apply. Currently, there's been 57 students that have, I refer to them as students, couldn't figure out what else to call them, right? My friends, right? Strangers that I call friends. And we started it on July 6th, and I remember that day in infinity.
You just remember it.
Because it's the birthday of my brother and sister who are twins. And that was the day I launched it. And that was purposeful because that way I won't forget it, I hope. Old age is a bitch. So that's what I do.
Well, when you think about the sessions you actually have with them, what's the purpose of those sessions? In other words, who are you attracting to sign up as somebody to be coached by you, and what kinds of things are you helping them with when you get on the phone with them or you get on your calls?
Yeah, initially I actually thought that most of the people we get be middle managers or people on LinkedIn that are kind of growing their career or maybe struggling a little bit, because there's a lot of people on LinkedIn looking for work. I figured that out. And that's what I thought would happen. And we do have some of those, but strangely enough, I got, God, from a guy in Ghana, am I pronouncing that correctly, English teacher? Thank you. Meredith is an English teacher, by the way, former, who is the asset manager for the Galleria Mall. The owners are billionaires in London, and he showed me through a video the actual model. It is double the size of the one in Dallas. You've been to Dallas Galleria Mall. It's huge. This one's double the size. It's got a Kimpton Hotel. It's got 4 or 5 towers. And George, we'll leave his name as George S., is the asset manager, which means he manages the managers of the thing. He's one of my students. He's actually one of my, I've graduated 6 people so far. He's a graduate. And we've had both sessions. In the first session, I give a couple things. The assessment. I showed them a tape of Jim Rohn talking about goal setting, how to set goals in your life. I give them a book on goal setting. I give them a book, Think and Grow Rich. So I provide all this material that I've through, I don't know, 50 years. Well, I'm 64. 64 years of experience has synthesized down to what I think are important. And he told me a weird story. He said, Tony, I had a dream. I had a dream that someone came to me, tapped me on the shoulder, and it was Napoleon Hill. He said to me, I need to do something for Ghana. Ghana imports 4 to 5 billion, don't hold me to the numbers, worth of agricultural products from around the world. He now has a dream to create a business called Green Gold Farms. And what that is he's going to create farms throughout Ghana to employ the local residents so they could be self-sufficient in creating, he calls it maize, which, by the way, that's corn. And they start talking maize and thinking, what the heck's he talking about? And I go back to my 6th grade class about the Indians and chickens and farms, I mean, cows, talking about huge, huge opportunity. He took the initiative. He's already talked to individuals in Ghana and so forth. So if nothing else, I've inspired him to dream big. And I swear this guy's gonna make that dream come true.
That's awesome. That is a fabulous story. And, you know, it serves to illustrate the impact one person with one idea like you did to take this pay it forward program and provide value to people without expecting or requiring anything in return. I love what you're doing. That's such a great story. Do you have any other examples? That's a pretty big one.
Yeah, not a lot of people on LinkedIn are doing green gold farms in the United States. In the Carolinas, there's a young lady named Shawn, S-H-A-W-N, I would say letter B. She signed up for our program. She had her own little practice. She was providing services to small business, accounting, marketing, social media. And she was pretty down on herself when she first joined. I think it took her a while to even do the things that I instructed her to do. And we had one session. And at that session, I'm pretty direct. I don't know if you figured that out.
I can attest to that, yes.
And I simply asked her, how much money are you making? And she said, well, that's the problem. I said, yeah. I said, how much you making? She says, $500 to $1,000 a month. I said, you serious? I said, you mean that's what you're paying yourself? She said, yeah, that's about what I can pay myself. I said, that's interesting. I said, well, I'm here to help you. And that was on August 17th, our first one-on-one. If I remember, it was either 14th, I'm pretty sure it was 17th of August. And normally I tell people within 5 to 10 days after the first one, have the second one, so I don't want people to lose momentum. She took about a month. I think she got back to me September 24th or thereabouts, scheduling the session. And I was actually expecting a disappointing experience because, why did you wait that long? And I asked her, I said, Shawn, I'm curious, why did you take so long to reconnect? I said, was it the first time that bad? She said, no. She said, I decided to take action. So what do you mean? She said, I joined Qantas, I joined this, I did this, I went there, I did there, I went this, I went that. I said, whoa. I said, you're taking massive action. She said, you told me, right? Go big or go home. I decided to go big. I said, that's great. I said, by the way, how has that affected your income? She says, I'm up to about $4,000 to $5,000 a month. I said, really? You mean in 1 month, you took your $5,000 to $1,000 to $4,000 to $5,000? She said, yep. I said, not bad. She said, nope. I said, how come? She says, you lit a fire under my behind. And maybe she didn't say it quite that way. And one of the things I also do is I make people set goals. I asked her in the first call, how much money do you expect to make this year? Well, I said, no, I don't know. How much? Well, I said, I need a number. My brain's waiting for that question to be answered. She said, 30,000. Okay. How much you plan to make next year? I don't know. I said, well, if you did know, 75,000. How about the year after? 150. How about the year after that? 2.25. said, we just set your 3-year goals. That simple, right? And I said, how much are you going to make next year? She said, about 65,000. I said, Shauna, no, we're going to make 75,000 or better. Your goal was 75,000. I will not accept 1 penny less. She said, you're right. End of story.
That's a great additional story. Well, for people that are watching this and are going, whoa, I got to work with that guy. How can
No, you don't want to do that.
How can they sign up for your Pay It Forward program?
Thank you. What they can do is go on LinkedIn, and that's that bar I met you at. And they can connect with me, Tony Dorico.
And that's Dirico. For those that might not know.
One more time. Dirico. Let me write that one down. Tony, right? Tony, not the I. I'm not a female. And go to the post. There's a lot of good posts there, and find the ones relative to the Pay It Forward. There's usually you'll see an icon, a Pay It Forward, or changes. I do mix it up. Work for it. If you can't find it, work harder. And there's a link. You sign up. 6 questions. The hard one is first name. Second hard one, last name. The hardest question is rate yourself on 1 to 5. How well are you doing? And I will ask you, do you have a current coach, either internal or external? And I only ask that because I don't want to intrude on anybody. Mm-hmm. So I want to simply know, and even if they have a coach, I'm going to tell them, still sign up. I still work with you, but I don't want you to feel that I want to interrupt that relationship yet. And then you'll get an email from me. If you're selected, they'll say, welcome to the club. And they'll tell you, here's the next, you have 24 hours to accept. I send an email. If you're not going to take action in 24 hours, I'm not sure you're ready to deal with me.
I would say that's accurate. And, if somebody goes to your profile and they connect with you, they can always send you a note also.
You mean a message? Of course.
Message on LinkedIn.
Of course they can.
So there's always that. Well, thank you, Tony. This is great. And I think you're going to probably get inundated with more requests after people hear about the results you're helping others get. You're doing some wonderful work, and I admire what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.